I am the CEO and owner, along with my husband, of Blacksford RV Rentals. We are based in 3 locations that are intended to be near America's best national parks. If you've heard of Yellowstone, Zion, Grand Canyon, places, Glacier National Park, Grand Teton, we are by all of those, and that is very much intentional. We are adventure and comfort. All of our RVs are brand new. This is very unusual in the US to have new luxurious RVs. They have kitchens, bathrooms, showers, air conditioning. So you can sort of feel close to nature, but you're doing it in comfort. We're all those places. If you haven't heard of them, let me know. I assume most people have. And we're a boutique. We're not the giant rental car agency that has locations everywhere. Very hands-on, white glove. What is interesting, pivoting off of what Russell was talking about from his survey, is there's a huge and growing interest in RV vacations. And I think some of it is during the pandemic, it was a very safe way to travel, and people, were like, well, we can take my family in an RV. But I also think that it allows families to disconnect a little. You're not in your hotel room and on TV and Wi-Fi and all those things. You're more in nature. You can sort of be in nature, be in these beautiful national parks, but be in comfort. So you can see that this is a US market. This is a US survey of Americans, that 60% of US travelers are considering taking an RV vacation in 2025. And we see that reflected in our reservations. Our business in the last 18 months has grown. It has 150%. Our key demographics tend to be similar to what Josh and Russell were saying. The 45 to 65, 70-year-olds, sort of active, but a lot of time we have families with 2 kids or 3 kids, and then we have a lot of empty nesters who have time and money and so forth. People just like on a cruise, when it's so nice to not have to unpack every time you go to a new destination, this is true with RVing. You have all your stuff with you. You don't have to stop at a gas station to use the toilet or to have lunch or anything like that. You have it all with you. And it's also, on the whole, less expensive than staying at hotels and renting a car and planning private things. So it's not inexpensive, but it's a fun adventure. And Blacksford does offer pure rentals where people plan their own. And we also offer custom packages where we can pick your campgrounds and give you trip guides and plan excursions, things like that. So the range varies depending on how comfortable people are booking their own. In the US, this is not one of our RVs. A lot of people think that RVing, is for hillbillies, or that they're very hard to drive, or that rental RVs, many in the US, are old and look like a big advertisement, or that you need a special license to drive, or that it's hard to find parking in a national park. None of these are true. At Blacksford, our RVs are super easy to drive. They are luxurious. The average price we pay for our RVs is between $100,000 and $200,000 US dollars. We specialize in first-time RVers, people who've never RV'd. It can be intimidating. We will spend 2 hours with our customers when they arrive, after we've picked them up at the airport, and show them how to use everything. How do you turn it on? How do you empty the tanks? How do you drive it? All these things. We go through as long as our customers want. We make them very comfortable. We have videos, we have things so that people can learn ahead of time, and then we go over it in real time. We'll even, if you order groceries delivered, we will even put it in your RV and stock it. Also, we equip all of our RVs with kitchen equipment, bedding, camp chairs, everything you need other than your own clothing to have a fun trip. This is also very unusual in RV rentals. Most people, you have to either pay for these things or you have to bring their own. Almost all of our customers fly into our locations from either somewhere in the US, Canada, or outside the US. And we really know the American West. That is what we do. The other big differentiator for us is that when you are on your trip, we provide the cell phone number of the manager. So you can call them, you can text them, you can WhatsApp them anytime if there's a problem. Most of the time people call, it's because they forgot how to do something. And we simply say, well, if you turn this button and, we went over this and they're all good. So it's a really nice thing to have the person that showed you the RV, that knows the RV, available to you the entire time you're on your trip. That's a picture of Grand Teton National Park, which is out of our Bozeman, Montana location, as is Yellowstone and Glacier National Park. This is a picture from a few years ago. We discovered Blacksford. My husband and I bought a big RV during the pandemic to travel around the US safely. And as the pandemic got better, we had friends who said, we want to go with you guys to Yellowstone National Park and Grand Teton, and we want to do an RV. Will you help us find an RV rental? And these were very high-end people. And we looked at Cruise America and we're like, oh my gosh, that will not work. We looked at some other options and we're like, I'm going to be nervous. I'm not going to sleep at night. So I found this little company, Blacksford, which was just then in Bozeman. And it sounded too good to be true. All that they did, they include mileage, they include linens, bedding, beautiful, expensive RVs that are new. And so we took this trip with our friends. You can see us there in Yellowstone. And I said to my husband, honey, we need to buy this company. We sort of retired young. And so this is our project. And we bought it 2 years ago and have really enjoyed. It's a passion project, and we have professional management, hence why we can be in Southeast Asia for several weeks while our company continues running. Bozeman, the Yellowstone Bozeman location, is only open 5 months a year, where the Vegas and Phoenix, Arizona are open year round. So you can see this is a fleet we have 70 RVs. On the left is our biggest one that can sleep up to 6. We have a new one that can sleep up to 8. The next one on the left is a Winnebago Echo that can sleep 4. And then we have the camper van here, which is a Solus, Winnebago Solus, and that can sleep 4. And then our probably most luxurious one is the Winnebago View, which can sleep 5 or 6. And they're beautiful inside. All of them are beautiful and new and professionally maintained. So we love working with travel professionals. It's an area we want to grow in, and we can either do pure rental, but that can be hard to know which campground to pick, or we can do prepackaged itineraries, which are the best things, which are 6 days, 7 nights, starting at $3,300 US. We also can do fully custom itineraries, 10%. And you will see from our Google reviews at all of our locations, we average 5.0 out of 5.0 on Google reviews. It is what we strive for the most. So you can feel that even with your toughest clients, we are there for them. Services, we focus on the details. So here is Yellowstone and Grand Teton package. You can see it's 6 days, 7 nights. You can pick a campground, and the campgrounds are beautiful and safe, and people are so friendly. I would say when you go in an RV, the people that are camping are the friendliest Americans. They're like the Filipinos and the Vietnamese, where they want to help you. They want to talk to you. They will do anything for you. It's a wonderful slice of American culture. And if you want to add Big Sky, Montana, and Glacier National Park, which is up near the Canadian border, we can do all that. In Phoenix, we also offer, the Grand Canyon, Sedona. These are sort of bucket list outdoor, not all national parks, destinations that are photography's dreams. A lot of professional photographers like doing Arizona, to some obscure places like Page and Antelope Canyon, which are on Native American land. And then from Las Vegas, I know people love flying into Vegas and they think casinos and shopping and restaurants and entertainment. And a lot of people spend a few days in Vegas doing Vegas, and then they rent a RV and they go to Bryce Canyon National Park, Zion, Arches, things that you've probably heard of. And they're all red rocks and dry and warm and no humidity, which my hair would love right now from being in Vietnam. But you can do the Grand Canyon. All of these are within a few hours of Vegas, and Phoenix. So this is some of our team. And you feel free to reach out to me at any time. I'm happy to answer questions. We have a wonderful group of people who are very professional and would be happy to help you.
Thank you, Becky. This is awesome. Again, I mean, for everybody looking, those packages also are great ways to highlight some of the great places you should be considering going if you're looking for RV lifestyle and just general outdoors. So thanks a lot.
Soft adventure.
Soft adventure. As a person who did live in a van called the vanbassador, I will say that accessing the world through a van gives you such not only a great vantage point, you get into places that you wouldn't otherwise get into, but also you meet such amazing people along the way. The community around RV life is really great.
Yes, absolutely.